All right, well, I do believe that it's about time that we get started. Welcome to the stream if you are here. If you are not here, you are still welcome as always. Today is a wonderful in which we are finishing the Wild Sea. It's the Wild Sea. There's nothing ever about it. But we need to be very quick about this because Blazer needs to get back to
Hey,
this punch out.
I can wait. Punch Out can wait. I have been
We
waiting on Wildsea longer than Punch Out.
we need to, like, he was just telling me about how, like, he's so happy that he got, like, into the next set, and that I need to hurry the fuck up.
Are you trying to say that you want to see more Punch Out too?
No,
No, you
I
don't.
have
Oh, okay.
other things that I'm probably going to get to after this.
No, it's okay. You can keep me on the other screen while you watch me play Punch Out. You haven't get to the important things.
Damn, you got me. But yes, we are going to be finishing out the Wild Sea. Now, this finale, while it may not be as um exciting as the adventure that led up to this, um, I do hope that you will enjoy it. Does anybody?
Oh, oh my God! Ow! Ah!
Well, we've started off pretty good,
Oh
I'd say.
Oh,
no!
fuck!
Oh,
Oh my God!
Are you
Clint just
okay?
fucking yeah. Did, did you not see that just now?
No, I
see what?
didn't.
I'm obviously looking at my computer.
What are we
Oh
looking at?
my God! So
Oh my god.
one
Oh,
of our one of our cat Clint one of our fucking one of our cats just like I saw him eyeing me up and I was like, hey buddy. And just out of nowhere with the deftness I have never seen this boy possess, he like jumped straight up and wrapped around my shoulders, like claws out,
oh
jumped
no!
up, just like, I must snuggle you at all costs, matter.
It's the cat's way of showing they love you.
It very
Mater,
much is, but
you do
like,
not have clean toe snuggles. You need to have clean toe snuggles.
Hang on, wait.
mater.
Hang on, wait. I literally had a fucking image earlier. I sent somebody
Oh,
that this
speaking
is
of
literally.
cats, hi Edgar.
Luckily, I
Mater,
can.
you have no room for snarkles? I will make room, mater.
I
For
can.
snare goals.
I can save fucking images
Oh
Can
my
you?
God.
in the Wild Sea chat. I'm going to post this image into this chat now. I could send it directly to your DMs, but I'm lazy. We're here.
Yeah.
True.
Clint is not a very clawful boy, but
Okay, they just did it.
he
Yeah,
needed
you
to
just
get a
did it.
purchase. He needed to get a purchase on literally
Oh
around my
man.
fucking shoulders so bad.
Well,
Out of no I didn't even know he could jump like that. All right, anyway, now that I've been fucking murdered brutally
you
on
awake now?
voice chat. Yeah, Jesus Christ, what were we talking about?
Well, I was going to
Sorry.
ask actually. Does like the the recap of the last session should be pretty simple. Does anybody want to kind of go over a little bit of what happened and what all you were able to gain from your efforts?
Tits at it's at. Avatar bonded with a Leviathan plant.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
And now you keep a part of them with you, right?
Yeah, I've got some pollen
Okay, just
and
yeah.
some nectar
Yep.
and
A whisper of a perpetual plant.
yes. And something else. Never mind.
Oh,
The
we
sorry, the Krezer vine was unrelated.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure there was something. I just forgot about. And a
Um,
tongue. We have a tongue. A dried jerky tongue.
that's also true. Yes. Um, there is one thing that we do need to clean up real quick, and that is drives. These are things that should be like your main like things that really determine what you go for with your character. And I don't know about the others, but I do know at the very least a really big drive was fulfilled um in the last session, and we did not actually go over that. So the drive reach a chord with a Leviathan plant. Um, whenever you achieve a your drive, you actually have some options to choose from. So I will ask you, Gizmo, what would you like to have as your reward for that drive?
Oh, you're gonna make me look at it. All right. Let's see. It's a milestone, right?
You either can gain a whisper, clear a mark of mire, gain a minor milestone, in which you will keep that drive, or you can gain a major milestone if you feel like what happened completely satisfies that drive, but you will need to choose a new drive.
I already got a whisper for free on it, so I probably won't do that. Let's see. I'm really tempted by the major milestone.
Not everybody can say that they've reached an accord with the Leviathan plant.
That's
Very
true, and
true.
that is exactly what I did, and that's what I set out to do. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's call it a major milestone. I've done it. I am now the pollinator of the mega orchid.
yeah. Let's just say I'm a really big deal.
All right.
So how does that work?
Well, you should have a spot on your sheet just for a major milestone that you can add in there. Try to make sure that the milestone is of an appropriate
Whereabouts
name.
would it be?
It'd be right above your drives.
The only thing that does
Oh,
is
I
essentially just saying like, "Hey, I did this on," right?
Uh, kind of. There are actually different things that uh that it
there.
benefits
How do you
from.
like that?
Oh well, hey, look at there, perfect. That's literally Rambles is reading what I. Wow.
All right. Camel Leviathan Orchid Pollinator. I do like it. So, yeah, there is a difference between minor and major, but you actually use them for milestone projects usually. Um, basically, you start a special project, an action you can only take during montages started by your Firefly, which can only be filled through the use of appropriate milestones. Um, so you can do things like add a box to an aspect's track, develop an aspect, gain a new skill rank, gain a new language rank, gain a new aspect entirely, or combine two aspects together. And you use your milestones to mark boxes uh, on that for progress.
Mm.
Mmm. Yes.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if you
Mmm.
wish, you can kind of
Mm.
just hold on to that milestone for right now and use it later. Um, but that that major milestone, will allow you to do a few different things. Most of the time, three minors equals a major. One major is worth three boxes on a track, and pretty much anything anything other than gaining a completely new aspect or combining two aspects together only requires three.
Man, if I didn't know we were pretty much done with this, I would be so tempted to just maximize my wave walking as a result of this. Hey, hold on. Develop an aspect, eh?
Yes, develop an aspect.
In what way?
That's a good question. It doesn't really say.
It says somewhere. I know it fucking says somewhere.
Developing aspects. Okay, here it is.
Yeah, here we
As your
go.
character grows in strength and experience, you'll have the chance to develop your aspects. This might come in the form of adding new rules to them, removing or altering rules that act as a hindrance or drawback, or even just changing the name or descriptive text to give you an advantage dice in different situations.
Alright, I'm looking over some of the options here. You guys can keep going while I'm looking over this. It's gonna take a little bit, I think.
Okay. Oh, in that case, then, yes, after reaching an accord with the Leviathan plant, you all did return back to above the Thrash, where your ship has been waiting for you. With your new with your new items uh, tucked away as best as you can, you are once then again able to set sail back for whatever port will hopefully be your home while you wait for the captain to arrive. Now, you do, of course, like wherever you go, they will probably try to find you. You don't have to worry too much. But I do still want to ask, would you prefer to go somewhere else, or would you prefer to go to the port that you started in, or would you prefer to just see if you can find a nice place out here in the sea, um, that that you can just set up your restaurant in hopes that they will find you out here.
They've always managed to find us wherever we've been before, so we could always just set up in the middle of the sea as a oasis in the middle of such a harsh environment. Something
I
that
like
where they
that.
can take a load
Whole
off.
point of putting the restaurant on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
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 All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, then
Mm-hmm.
you all set out for the last leg of your journey, which is to simply find a nice place to set up your restaurant, so that you are fully prepared for for the opening that is going to be occurring within the next day or so. Now, as you do go to set sail, I do want to ask, does anybody have any whispers or charts that they want to try to apply to this task?
Mm.
They're not required, but do note that if you are using a whisper or a chart, then you are definitely going to you are going to find something at your destination, and it will inform what you find. Otherwise, you're probably not going to find anything really of note, but it'll be a place to set up.
Mhm. I do not think I would like to use my whisper. I don't know. No.
I'm so tempted.
What do you got?
Not as bad as you'd think.
That's pretty good. The one that I would put forth would probably be vigilant patience, which it was pointed out to me was a given after the first adventure that completely failed to notice was a new thing and had not been there from the start. Just just so you know, though, I did learn.
Mhm.
I did learn of this.
No, that's
Um,
perfectly fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fortunate learn,
just so that
not
you're in the know as well, Blazer.
Yep.
After the crows did their thing, I
Mhm.
decided to put that whisper on Beetle's sheet
Mhm.
without telling them,
Yep.
and was going to I was waiting to see if they would
Yep.
find it, and they did, but
Yep.
they didn't realize that it wasn't there
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah. Because because that's why last week you were like, "All right, check over your sheets, make sure everything's still
In
there."
order. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Looks good to me.
All right, sick." Anyway, but yeah, if I were to put forth anything, it would probably be that.
Okay.
But I'm not, you know, not gunning for it particularly. What was yours again, Gizmo?
me.
Yes.
My whisper was perpetual plan. Oh, do you mean the one I said we should use?
Yeah.
Not as bad as you'd think. Although I do like yours for like setting up a restaurant. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I could go either way. That's just the most relevant I think that I have if we're literally just
And we
waiting.
are.
Yeah, we're just waiting. I don't
Okay.
mind using it if you're okay with it. See where the Wildsea takes us.
All right.
Into
So,
the wilderness.
so just to confirm, do you want to use one, or are you just going with the flow?
I think we're using one.
It's
Yeah, why
Gizmos.
not?
I'm not gonna
All
make
right.
the decision.
Okay. In that
Yeah.
case, if you are
Wait, it's not
using it,
necessarily gizmos that we
Okay.
use.
Yeah, but it is a team thing, but I'm not gonna just take a resource from you if you wanted to save it. We can always use it for the final boss. We might need it then.
You know what? I might save not as bad. Let's use yours,
All right. All
No.
right. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Beetle,
Okay.
and I'll save not as bad as you'd think for the final boss. We're gonna make something that they think they're gonna hate. It's like, it's not as bad as you think.
Oh man, this looks like a disaster, but it's delicious.
all right. Well, in that case, then, whatever whisper is being used, whoever is going to actually utilize their whisper, tell me, are you going to be whispering it? Are you going to be speaking it aloud? Or are you shouting it? This does make a difference. Typically, if you just whisper it, you're going to discover secret information related to its wording. Um, and this may take the form of like some just a place entering your mind that fits what you're looking for, or information that you can pull on that will help you. Speaking it aloud will twist the narrative of the world in your favor. Usually, this is something that you can do um, to really add to whatever happens. Like if you make a roll, like if you're actively searching something, you can basically try to set the pace and create a twist that is related to the whisper right out. Or if you shout it, that forces a change. It is a high impact twist that is completely out of your control, and it will put it in my hands to warp reality around that whisper to make whatever I think is most fitting.
Ooh boy. I am very tempted to just shout vigilant patience. That's very funny to me. But practically speaking, fucking I don't know. I do like secret information as well. I think that's pretty cool and rad and also neat.
But is it gnarly?
You know,
Is it
not so
totally
much.
tubular?
It's you know, it's convex at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, then, my last question before we move on with it is: Do you wish
Get
to
on
use
with it. Sorry.
your chart, along with this, or is it just the whisper?
Ooh.
Oh.
My
Mm-hmm.
chart is a sketch of shadowed paths,
Oh.
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 which I do think might be fun. Does anyone have any preferences?
Let's
Hmm.
do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
Shadowed
right.
paths with patience and vigilance.
Shadowed paths, shadowed
So maybe
paths.
you would know, Rambles. What
Yes.
I know what vigilance does. What's patience do?
Oh, I get
I
it.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
demonstrating. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
That's what
That's
patience is?
Whoa.
crazy.
Holy shit, dude.
My mind has
Just
been opened.
experienced something.
The knowledge I never thought I would have ever have. Here in front of me.
I'm very confused, guys.
You know, I got that you were making a magic reference.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was. I don't
Oh.
know what the fuck these two are on about, man.
Oh,
All right, well,
I
hold
thought-
on. I want fucking Rambles, what do you think is happening?
Vigilance is a keyword in Magic the Gathering that makes it
Oh
to where your
fuck, you
thing does.
fucking nerds.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about patience, and Rambles was just thinking for so long. He's like, "You
Yeah,
gotta have
yeah,
patience."
yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. That's
He was just
exactly what I thought
no-selling
was
Yeah,
my
happening.
yeah.
genius bit.
I thought you legitimately were like, what does
Wow.
patience mean? And then Rambles took on the demeanor of like a monk in a kung fu movie.
5D chess over here.
Like,
Oh my god.
I see you shudder with anticipation.
I knew that. I knew the punchline was coming, but it was still funny. Fuck.
yeah. It was a genuinely intense moment there.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
Well,
you.
we've really been
Okay,
through something together now.
I don't know what,
truly.
but something.
Okay. So, with using both of them, as you go to set your course, you make sure that you have the whisper in your mind as you look over the sketches and you whisper to yourself, vigilant patience.
Vigilant patience.
Vigilant patience.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Vigilant patience.
Vigilant patience.
Vigilance.
And
Patient vigilant. I hope you're enjoying this.
oh, it's great. And along with that, we're going to roll, see what what is actually at the
Yay, we get to roll dice. Woo!
Holy shit.
Sorry, I'm so fucking.
No, don't worry. There is kind of like a vibe going on right now.
Oh man.
Um, it's all good. You just gotta ride the lightning.
Oh, like that one thing in Fortnite?
Absolutely.
Like the
Yeah,
method of
yeah.
execution?
Yeah, no. There's a guy. There's a guy that has a fucking magic car with a balloon on top of it, and he plays rock and roll music. And that's the joke.
I don't know, man. Sounds made up.
Fortnite? Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
made
you're
up.
making shit up.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
wish it was
real.
fake. I wish it was fake.
Okay. So I could not for the life of me find like the actual roll table. I know that there was a roll table specifically for it, but I'm assuming it's just the Firefly threat table. Um, so
So do I need to go buy a table and start rolling around on it?
You don't have a table?
I have a desk.
Yeah,
I
it's
have made my rule.
Okay.
close enough.
Oh,
The
fuck.
the uh the charts well the chart that you're looking over reveals its secrets to you. And through it you have your course set in mind. These this sketch um it it appears to have been not not drawing literal paths, but a network of dark lines, a pattern. And through and though you do not know what you will find there, you do know where you will find it. It's a short journey from here, and you know that it should be a well shaded spot, one that may be a little harder to be found in, but may be the perfect. As you set out, the the many skins of Tetzetzat, um, taking helm and making sure that the ship is moving forward properly, allow you all to have a little bit of free time. This is going to be another opportunity for a little montage, um, giving each of you a chance to perform another task if you wish. Now, there are some of you that still have some marks on your aspects. Um, that is something that you can potentially try to take care of uh, through whatever means you think is best. I know that at least one person here had started a project, um, so that may be something that you can work on. So we'll start with Zateche. What would you do with
Can I
your downtime?
remove the mark from my trademark herbs?
Uh, yes, if you want, you can like spend that time just making sure that you are
Well
preparing the
stocked.
proper. Yeah, you're restocking your herbs, getting everything blended together. It's a whole process that you have to go through in order to make sure that it's just right, but it is yours. This is your perfect seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and take off that mark.
Papa.
Tetzetzat, what are you doing? Hello, Tetzetzat.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's my name.
That's it.
Sorry, I don't know why, but all these knock names are starting to really flow together for me. I'm going to work on my project. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the roll. How does that work again?
Well, you're going to. I'm pretty sure that it's just about the same as anything else. You just tell me like what you are going to try to apply. But I do want to double check because it did have some special specific rules. But projects here they are. Okay. So basically, yeah, you can either just choose to take time in which you mark off a box, or if you roll, then that can be a way that you can try to speed up the process.
All right, I'm
So,
gonna roll.
all right. So,
I'm gonna use my tides
okay,
for my exploration and learning, knowing of the wild sea aspects, and specifically the pin limb I'm trying to attach onto my thing.
okay,
I want to use harvest in order to A, use this thing harvested from a creature, but B, also I think since my Wicked Claw is the main instrument I use to harvest from plants, I want to use my knowledge of its inner workings to be able to better apply this limb to it in a way that will help in the ways that I use it
I think that's
better.
perfectly fair. So, in that case, then go ahead, give me.
And then I want to use my Creservine specimens to
Mm,
kind of weave those into them, to kind of graft it onto me as if I were a fruit tree grafting a new limb for bearing new fruit onto myself. The Creserine
interesting.
soaked into the vine kind of being the regent needed to, or the catalyst needed to apply it in a more fundamental level.
Very interesting. Yeah, I'll allow it. So that'll be giving you an extra.
Nice. Let's fucking go. Oh, that sucked ass. That sucked entire
It's
ass.
okay. You miss it when it's not important. That's the important
Apparently,
thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was your one fucking fail.
And with
Well,
a twist, no less.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't just a conflict. That was. Ooh.
I don't think that was a conflict, was it? Is it
No,
only
it
one
wasn't
or
a
two?
conflict. I'm just saying, like, you
It's
can't. Like, this is
yeah,
not a
no,
conflict. This is.
yeah, it's a disaster.
Yeah. Um. All right. Round the table. Anybody have any disastrous twists that you think would be fitting for this?
The claw could always be attached in the wrong location. Like it's still usable, but the progress that was made on it, it's not fitting right.
Yeah,
So
now
it's
it's
in
on your
a
ass.
Well, unfortunately, with these projects, like it does have the downside, like especially with it being a disaster. Um, I will say something that is guaranteed to happen. The Creservine specimen is lost in this process.
All right,
Um,
that's easy come, easy go.
but past that, uh, there is no progress that's going to be made on this track. So whatever twist it is going to be more of a setback than a progress in the wrong direction.
So the Creservine is still infused with Creserin, right?
Yes.
So the Creserin in the vine could funkify the work on the prosthesis. So it just isn't taking the shape that he wants due to the shenanigans.
Okay. I think that's something reasonable. Um. So yeah, the introduction of the Creservine, unfortunately, rather than taking hold and kind of like holding in place like you were hoping, um, it very much started causing more problems than it was worth. And in the process, not only were you not able to make any progress, it has unfortunately hindered your future efforts. So the next time that you go to work on it, um, instead of taking off one progress, I'm just going to say that the next time that you work on it, it's going with a cut because you're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage while you try to correct what has happened.
Well, damn. Oh well, live and learn.
All right, and finally, Zozet, what are you doing with your time?
Hello. I would like to see if I could fucking, I don't know. I'd like to do something to possibly get the mark on my mire taken off. I think that's something I'm most concerned about at the moment.
Well, I'm glad that you actually bring that up because unfortunately,
Oh
clearing a
shit.
mire is not easy. Um,
Glad you bring that up. Fuck you.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, I'm glad you bring that up. It's fucked. All right.
so there are a few different ways to actually clear a mire, and that's not something that you can do in this moment. Um,
Okay.
so some things that it lists, are like encountering an unexpected wonder while traveling the rustling waves. Setting
Hmm.
time aside at a port for rest and relaxation. So that's like a lot more downtime than you have here. Or if your ship
Okay.
has a surgeon, which it doesn't, they may be able to help in more extreme cases, but that's not something that you have. So the mire is something that you're stuck with, at least for right now.
I'll surge it.
No worries. I'll just keep laying awake at night with vivid visions of my
You ghosts
past
need to
death.
sleep?
Need is a strong word, but
This one
it's
does.
It could be more of a meditation.
yeah, simple pleasures. Just lay
Gotcha.
there and stare at the wall
Mm,
and pretend.
the wall has an extra scratch today. Oh man.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that never blinks either. That's all right. But yeah, no. In that case, let me. Um, I'll spend some time caring for my. Oh wait, shit. No, that's different. I would like to take the mark off of my tempered anchor.
Okay. That is perfectly reasonable. You just take a moment in between your visions of your past death to just kind of recenter yourself within this world.
Lovely.
Now, another thing I do want to make clear is like while the first tick on there should have like the mire kind of being like kind of there, it's not going
Mm-hmm.
to be a huge thing unless it's full. So
Okay,
it
great.
may help in like it may inform some of your actions and it may show up in like conversation every now and then, but
Sure,
it's
sure.
not like actively hindering you unless you want it to. In which case, God forbid
Hmm.
you get a second tick on that.
Yeah, no, no. That's all right. That's all
Okay. And with that, you all take care of your small tasks while you wait for the husks to bring you to your destination. As you get closer to where the map and Whisper seem to have been leading you, you you go through a particularly thick patch of taller trees. They start to just completely put a canopy above you with a thickness that blocks out the sun almost entirely. What you find is that the canopy has just enough of an opening that it creates line that goes through, almost like a path leading you forward. This very thin line weaving between trunks as the husks try to follow it to the best of their ability. Thankfully, the ship that you are in is, again, very maneuverable. So it's not that hard to kind of squeeze through in between trunks where needed. And where the path leads, you find that it becomes almost entirely shadowed, with the exception of a small pinpoint directly down onto what appears to be an abandoned ship. It's not in too bad of disrepair, though it clearly has been here for a long time. And you do not initially see any creatures or anything moving on the ship. How do you wish to proceed?
Mm. We could
Uh-huh.
anchor nearby the ship and just kind of reach out to them to see if they respond, just to make sure that there's nobody under the ship that we can't see directly.
Mm, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like anchoring nearby and just trying to check the area right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you anchor nearby and just see if you can get a lay of the area. Um, I'll have one of you. Who wants to be the one that's kind of being the main scout for this? And how do you want to approach it?
Mm.
Well, I mean.
We've got
You are very fast.
the mobile.
All right, deuces. I'm going to use my tides and wave walk to very quickly swing over to the other ship,
Okay. In that case, then
if I
go.
even have to roll.
Um, I will make you roll since this is for like a scouting thing. Um, you're not going to have trouble reaching it. I will say that, but this is going to mostly determine the amount of information that you gain, and if this is information and it's mostly just to determine like what kind of information you get and whether or not it's going to be colored as good, bad, or like getting the full lay of the land.
All right. I don't think I have any advantages to use, so it's just gonna be 3.
That's fine.
There we go. That's what I'm used to. That's
Okay.
better.
Back to it.
Hey, look, things are actually happening. I'm not just playing on my pet project. There we go. That was harder than it should have been.
That's okay. I've kind of got like my other screen open, just doing some research for projects for college.
All right. Well, yeah, you are able to quickly get over there without issue, keeping your head on a swivel, looking everywhere, listening, and other than the swaying, the very light swaying of the trees above you, you don't hear anything. Taking a look around the ship, it is it is deafeningly quiet, but you do see something through a long, long knocked off its hinges door. What would be potentially a sleeping area, captain's quarters. It appears to be a fruit of some kind that you have never seen before.
Oh fuck, that's saying something for me.
Mm.
What's the closest fruit that I have seen that it looks like?
So, what you what you're seeing here is, you know what a dragon fruit looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks very similar to a dragon fruit, um, though it's clearly been mutated. The coloration is very, very vibrant. This thing is massive, and you can see just spikes coming off of it that are as hard as rock, but it's not covering the entire thing. It's clear that just below, like in between those spikes, there is a much softer outer layer.
I'm gonna shave it with my claw.
Okay, so you are in fact like approaching it, not just observing it from a distance.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hmm.
I want to study the larger plant that this fruit is a part of.
Okay. Um, you at least approach you move in just a little bit closer to kind of like get a better look at least at the plant that's coming off of.
Not too
And
close.
yeah, obviously.
I'm doing it very carefully.
And you actually can see that, like, you can't see the full plant. It appears that that there is a some kind of vine or just branch that has wormed its way through the cracks in this ship, and it's almost as if this thing is coming like out of the ceiling, like it's a very sturdy um like limb coming out of the ceiling, just weighed down by this massive fruit. It's the only fruit that is on it, and it seems to be hanging over. It seems to be hanging over, uh, roughly the center of the room, maybe like just a little offset due to the ship not really being like, perfectly flat.
And what's under the fruit?
Right now, just dust, some papers, um, like a chair that looks pretty nice, though it's clearly old and a little rotted.
Alright, I'm gonna, if I have to, break the chair and use one of its legs, but I'm going to find some sort of poking implement. The closest to 10 foot, the better. I want a 10-foot pole, and I'm gonna poke that fruit.
All right. To everybody else that's
Mm.
on the main ship, um, you see that said it's that get on the ship, being very inquisitive, and then slowly moving in to the ship cautiously. They found something. something that they do not understand.
I know this isn't D&D, but for some reason, when you like turned back to us on the ship, my brain was just like, I gotta make a dexterity saving throw. I gotta make a saving throw. What am I making a saving throw for? Oh god.
Well, I mean, this is similar to D&D, in which a 10-foot pole is always useful.
Yeah, but my brain was like, oh god, what happened? What is this fruit doing? Oh no. Thank goodness it isn't. Woo, not yet.
Um, yeah, I'm mostly doing that to like give you guys your side of this, like what you're seeing, just in case you want to react in any way, like actually take action. You're more than fine to just sit back though and wait to see what happens from here.
I mean, if Tzittisat gets the fruit off the vine, he can throw it back over to me and I can catch it in my pot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Um, and you slowly approach this fruit, like just trying to get something to give yourself some distance to give it a poke. And as you kind of poke it, um, you do hear the sound of just like this this wood that you're holding poking what sounds like a rock. Um, and the fruit just kind of sways a little bit, um, from the sudden just poking, but otherwise does not seem to react.
Good. Being as swift and precise as possible. Or we'll just call it swift anyway. Using my, would you believe it, wicked claw. I think I'm going to just like jump from one end of the room to the other. I'm going to position myself opposite to my entrance. And then I'm going to leap and just try to cut the fruit off and catch it and jump out the entrance all in one fell swoop.
A lot of
Okay,
movement.
that is a lot. Um,
Damn.
what edge are you using?
Teeth. And I want to
Okay,
use my harvest skill to get this fruit
all right, and your wicked claw, which
and
you've
more.
already established is something that you use for harvesting as well. So I I will say, I'll say it's a perfect implement for this. Um, so give me 5.
Big money, no whammies. Ooh,
It's
small
a
whammy.
conflict, but it does have a twist, so I think this is going to be alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as you quickly just move in, you with one slice, um, just cut the fruit free and catch it. All the spikes on it are very, very hard, and they start to like kind of just dig into you. Um, as you're just holding this tightly and just swiftly getting back out. But as soon as you cut the fruit free, the branch that it was hanging on, under so much tension, just slaps into the roof of the room that you're in. Good job, Gideon. Not gonna get you ice cream right now.
Oh, come on. But
I
he's
don't think we
starving.
have any ice cream.
But he's starving.
Okay, well we'll look into that in a bit, okay?
I can hear his stomach grumbling
Okay.
from here.
And he just finished his food. He wants a snack because he did
But it
good.
was an ice cream, yeah.
Anywho,
Mhm.
yeah, the branch just slaps into the roof of the building, knocking dust just from up above, making it fall down across the room. Now, the good thing is that this does not do anything to cause the ship to have any problems, unless you guys want that to be the twist. Um, Bad
Mm.
thing is there is a twist that will happen
Mhm.
with this.
That's not
Um,
necessarily a bad thing.
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
It was a
Uh,
conflict. The twist
yeah,
can be positive.
true. Um, for my part, I will say the fruit is actually the most dangerous thing here. Not because it is going to bite you or like explode, but because those spikes that are on it and the way that you are trying to swiftly handle it, um, it is not working in your favor. You still keep hold of it, but this thing hurts. Those hard thorns are digging into you and kind of just they seem to have a knack for finding any any openings in your chitin that would exist. Um, Something to potentially perfect later. So this is definitely going to hurt. Um, so does anybody have any suggestions for
Uh,
twists?
uh, uh, mm, the spines could dig deep into their chitin. Get a thorn stuck in them.
Mm,
But that might be
a new.
too bad of a twist.
It's just a new claw
Mm?
at that point.
If the vine
Whack-a-mole.
or the branch that the fruit was attached to slapped up with enough force, and if the ship has been there for long enough, maybe it busted open a secret compartment that has some goodies in it.
Ooh.
Mm. Could love me some good secret goodies.
Okay, I mean, all good suggestions. In that case, then how about this? Um, we'll say that the conflict part of it, you are going to take a point of damage, so apply it to one of your aspects, whichever one you think is most fitting
It'll
for.
probably be the wicked claw.
Okay.
No, the poor claw.
I know.
Mm.
But for the attempt, um, the with the with the just slapping of the ceiling, um, as you're leaving the room, you can hear a crackling sound behind you as the boards that were slapped give way. Um, and you find that just up above the branch there was a small compartment. And it appears that whatever this captain uh was hiding in here still seems to be still seems to be at least in one piece. And we're going to say I didn't give a suggestion there. All right. We're going to say you're going to get a chart.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
We'll have the chart be Worn Watchman's Notes.
Got it.
All right. So once again, going to the main ship, um, you all wait in anticipation for what will come. And even from over here, you hear what sounds like a just a gun firing off as um Tetzetet suddenly leaves the room in a sprint carrying some spiky fruit um in their arms
Can I be
before
ready with the pot?
you're ready with the pot.
I'm ready
The,
with the pot.
so Tetzetet then like stops for a moment, goes back in there, and otherwise only comes back out otherwise unharmed.
Good. Okay.
I'm just gonna take the fruit back to the Arachnatui.
All right. The fruit is swiftly returned to the Arachnatui. Um, and with it, with it finally on the ship, um, both Zeteche and Sozet, you can get a better look at the fruit as well, which is exactly as I had described earlier. Um, it does seem like this is a very unique fruit. It's clear that it has, just from looking at it, that this is not naturally occurring. This has been affected by Krezerin in some way, though it has had plenty of time to grow, uh, and grow it definitely did. Um, with it though, as far as you can tell, like there may be some like residual Krezerin, but it would be nowhere near enough to even like be noticeable or cause any kind of change or harm. Clearly, the Krezerin that is affecting this is somewhere deeper in in this plant. So much so that it has changed the fruit, but not left its its stain.
Well, cool.
Mm.
There you go, Zotechi.
Right?
New
Um,
Ooh.
ingredient to add.
all right, Zateche. Since they are giving this fruit to you, we are going to be adding this under specimens
Mm-hmm.
as we'll just go with for now um unknown spiked fruit, unless you want to give it a name, because as far as you can tell, this is truly unique.
Mm. I'm not very creative when it comes to to names. Um, um, uh, 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 uh,
Oh,
uh, I do not think I should have this responsibility. uh,
And yet here you stand with it.
uh, so, do you have a name? Please have a name.
Spike fruit.
Yeah, I like spike fruit. Yeah, unknown spike fruit it is.
wow.
Nice.
All right. And with that, the chart is the chart is complete. Um, Now, you worming your way in here, it's
Hey,
not
I'm more of a mantis than a worm.
it's not hard to see that if this ship wasn't found for as long as it's been here, it's probably not the best place to set up a restaurant. But you could probably go back right back out the way that you came, and the entryway to this place would be fantastic with well, a lot of covering over top, just enough vision that you'd be able to be seen from anybody that's approaching, at least from one side, and you'd have plenty of places to grab onto and keep yourself very firm above the thrash in whatever configuration you want.
Let's do it.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Also, I do want to make it clear that the um I rolled a 6 on on that threat. There was
Mhm.
no actual danger that could have even potentially occurred here. That's why like the fruit itself is is
That was the dangerous
yeah,
part.
that was the most dangerous part. But since it was a um since there was no danger, I wanted the reward to uh be properly unique. So I figured a ship and a
That
fruit.
knows better than to trust a rogue plant.
That's fair. But
Spiky ass son of a bitch.
a ship and an unknown fruit that have been waiting very, very patiently to find them. Okay. You all leave the shadowed paths, kind of going back out to where it first starts to get really thick, just enough that you are able to be seen without there being without being too exposed. And with the ship properly anchored to the trees, all that you have to do is wait and prepare. Now, things do have a way of finding things out on the wild sea. So you don't have to wait very long, as it seems that word of your restaurant has reached the ears of Captain,
Mhm.
and through following the general direction that they were pointed at, or that they were pointed in, they do still manage to find you. And you see pulling up near your restaurant an absolutely magnificent ship. One that is still, despite your large size, very much its equal.
Mm.
What, Gideon?
It seems like they found where they were looking
Customers.
for. Customers. We found customers. They found a delicious dinner. Or whatever time of day it is on the
Maybe their
wild sea.
competition.
Always time for dinner at the
Oh.
Wild Sea.
You know what? All this, being angry or competition. You know what? If you've got an interesting idea for a restaurant, you can compete all you want because we've got our own menu and they've got their own menu. It's different
And ours is better.
experiences.
Very
Yeah,
true.
bugs. It's all bug themed and yeah.
They're not bug themed. We are.
Yeah. That we know of. Yet.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, yeah.
So, with the ship pulling
Someone
up,
wanna go over to the door with the pie. Welcome, new neighbor.
with the ship pulling up, you do see that there is someone on the crew that seems to be flagging down your ship. Um, it's it seems like they are wanting to dock with your ship. They do not seem hostile, so while I think I know the answer, I will still ask, do you wish to allow them to get onto your ship?
Come on in.
What we're here for.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
In that case, then, with a very gentle grab, one of the arms of your ship reaches out, takes hold of theirs, and just pulls it in the rest of the way, close the distance. And a ramp is extended out by the molts to allow for them to board safely. The restaurant is officially open. From the ship, you see roughly a dozen men that look like they are very worn out from recent trips, but with massive smiles on their faces. They are so happy to be here. Just even before getting to the food, it seems like they have been eagerly awaiting their own arrival here. And following behind all of them, it's plain to see who is the captain. As Captain Tatarakatsa and Etsuko come striding across the ramp. And he looks over the ship, um, and seems to nod approvingly. Um, is anybody other than are you all is anybody there to greet the crew other than the molts like usual?
This is the quarry we've been attempting to impress. I'd say I'm outside of the kitchen with the hat off my head, respectfully looking at the captain, who is looking down upon our ship.
Okay. Um, is anybody else joining in that?
Yeah, I'll come down for it as well. Maybe like I already have a little teapot in hand, just ready to go off the get go.
Okay. And Tetzetet, are you joining or are you tending to your plants?
I gotta tend to my plants. I'm needed elsewhere.
Okay. In that case then, um, as the crew, which which seems to be made up, um, of a variety of bug species as well, um, as they spread out, through, well, through the entryway, the captain does approach. He gives an air of just heroism and elegance in equal measure. He is very, very confident in his stride, and he speaks loud but kindly in knock. Um, so that since you're passingly familiar with it, you pick up on a few things, uh, that he is talking about. He seems like he is very pleased that he was able to find you all, and hopes uh, that you all are, well, in hopes that the meals that you will provide um, will live up to the reputation that you have in this area. Um, for you, Zateche, though, you are a lot more familiar with Nock, um, being a lot more native to you. And well, through his words, he is very fluent. You can tell that has he has been speaking Nock for a long time.
Mhm.
Um, Thankfully, despite him not being Zealocree, it's it is very easy for you to understand um what he is saying. And through his motions, you get very much the same. He seems to talk with a very deep appreciation uh, for for the hospitality that you have shown already. Um, and he even goes as far as to thank you before they have even received seating for allowing them on this ship alongside you all. The appreciation that he is showing is immense. It's clear why this man is as respected as he is. And the rest of the crew just waits patiently uh, to be seated. Do you wish to say anything to the captain in either knock or low sour?
Since he spoke to us in knock, I would like to return the favor and just say, welcome to the Arachnatui. It is my pleasure to seat you and serve you today.
Wonderful. He gives a very curt nod, and with with that welcoming, um, the molts start going about their normal tasks, and they wordlessly motion and guide the crew to to the dining area. Um, y- since you weren't really expecting, um, you weren't sure how big of a crew they would have. It does take a brief moment for them
Bless you.
Bless you.
uh to kind of combine together a couple of these, like a couple of your normal like hive sections, um in order to make sure that they are all able to be seated appropriately.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
And once the tables have been fully set, um, they all take their seats, making sure that they have more than enough room. And the captain uh, is more than happy to be seated amongst them, uh, taking well, the closest thing to a uh, like central position as you can in this kind of arrangement. And orders start getting taken immediately. They pour over the menus, and it seems like they are definitely the adventurous type. Starting with drinks, they immediately want whatever the weirdest things you can provide are. Um, a few of them going for oh, an Arachnatui classic of something infused with a little bit of Creserin. Um, though this is a special day. So, as orders come in, tell me, sorry, Zozet, are you doing anything special with your brewing? And what do you want to provide to them? 'Cause some of them aren't even really giving specific requests. They just want whatever you think is best.
Yeah, and I think I pretty much am conducting basically just a vibe check on people to try and determine based on like how they're holding themselves and their body language what maybe different compounds would suit them best.
Okay. Um, in that case, then, what edge are you trying to use here? Like veils, tides?
Uh, let's see. I'm I'm gonna say veils, I think. Kind of reading secret, I don't know, like intentions and whatnot.
Okay. All right. And from there, of course, what skills do you want to apply?
If it's plural, concoct, I think obviously would be relevant, but also sense.
Okay. Well, you can only apply one. Well, I do apologize. Like you can only apply one skill, for any of these. I will allow a concoct. It makes perfect sense for you.
Yeah, we'll do that then, since that's higher.
And we are going to be roping in the entire process of brewing as well. So, is there anything else that you want to add, aspects or specimens or anything of the sort?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I think that I will use my high tower tea leaves as kind of like a base for what I'm doing. I've been holding on to those for a special occasion.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, I would say that the high tower tea leaves are a great, uh, great use. That would be four, I believe, with the use of the high tower tea leaves.
All right.
Wonderful. Triumph with a twist.
Hooray!
So
It's been so long.
the vibe check is incredible. These people, they seem to be in such high spirits that that they are more than happy to to converse with you, um, and answer any questions that you might have. Um, and it seems like among them, they are they are definitely like rough and tumble. Um, and they would be able to handle pretty much anything that you send their way, short of like just giving them straight Krezerin. They would be down to hang because right now in this moment, they want nothing more than whatever you provide. And because of this, you are able to brew at your best. You're not brewing to for just your average patron. This is a special day, after all. You pull out your high tower tea leaves, start the brewing process, making sure to go through every step with the care that they require. Not a second too long on steeping. There is a twist. Does anybody want to provide a recommendation for a twist on this.
You leave the tea leaves in the water just a little bit longer than you usually do to let the flavor really seep into the heated water so they can really get the flavor of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or I could give you honey. I have honey.
Do 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 do.
Oh god. Not
Oh
again.
fucking hell.
I mean, if you're if
Well,
you're if everybody's in agreement, I think that is perfectly fine. Um, it's not an extravagant twist, but it is one that would be beneficial.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
alright with that. I particularly like the idea of using honey. It sounds nice.
okay. Well, in that case, then you finish the brewing process, making sure to add in just a drop or two of glycerin, for the people that specifically requested it. Um, and going almost entirely based on vibes for the people that you had spoken to. Um, add in uh, add in a little bit of honey if you think that it's something that they would appreciate, and they very much do. As usual, Prezerin does have a way of warping and changing what it gets combined with, or what it gets to tap into, and sometimes it doesn't work, but times it does. And as each of them is able to finally get their drinks, they are ecstatic. What you have given them is something that they truly do not get to experience out on the waves, and something that they rarely, if ever, get to experience at ports. No matter how far they travel, no matter how extravagant of a restaurant they go to, it still does not compare. And they make this very clear with how they describe the flavors of the drinks that you have provided. The captain, in particular, did want to was one of the ones that wanted to try the Krezerin, the Krezerin brew, and he seems to calmly mull it over as he takes another sip, and he he once again speaks to you in knock. Um, you don't get all of it, but it's very clear from his tone that he absolutely loves it. Um, and with that, the food orders do start coming in. Now, the food orders do have, of course, your usual stuff, but you want to go above and beyond. Unless they ask for something specific, tonight is a night where you make something special. How do you want to approach this? What are you using, the Teche?
mhm. Since I have the snapper tongue, it is currently dried. They're drained.
Yep.
Has no fluid left in it. I could use that and some of my trademark herbs, put everything together, and either use the snapper tongue as a jerky in a dish, or I can attempt to use it with the acid etch cook pot and boil it to give it a little bit more texture rather than just being dried. Of course, use my herbs to make it edible and delicious. And would I have used the entirety of the Indian honey with the tea, or do I still have a little left?
Um, you would have used the prepared engine honey with the tea.
Okay.
And I did actually take that into account. Like that was a huge boost.
Yep. I wanted to make sure so I could take it off the specimens. I have used it. I
Um,
also had the idea of using the spiked fruit, but since I don't know what it is, I don't know how I feel about using that.
well, if there was ever a night to try, you then now would be a good time.
You know
So
what? How tough is the outside of the fruit?
the
It is very
outs
spiny.
yeah, the outside of the fruit, it's very spiny, very hard to actually kind of break into. You can definitely see that there is a softer like outer shell to it. Um, but with how thick the spikes are, it's you're finding it very difficult to kind of like get your knife in there, and actually make any progress. Obviously, not knowing what all is like this spiked fruit entails, you don't want to just go bashing it. Um,
No. Can I cut the
so
spines off?
it will definitely take time, but you can try to cut the spines off. Um, is this something that you want to try to use your tools for, or do you want to see if you can get some help?
Would you be willing to offer a claw to Zedazat?
Well, I'd be happy to.
May I use the Wicked Claw to attempt to remove some of the spines to get to the delicious fruit inside?
Of course. Um, Now, obviously, this is attached to um to Tetzetzat's limb.
Yep.
So Tetzetzat, you tell me how you are going about this, with helping to prepare this fruit.
I'm sure I've shucked a few corns in my day. It can't be that much harder. I'm going to, in this case, use my instinct to feel for the grain of the fruit so that I can find the weakest point to slice with my claw with that grain to get a clean cut and peel off those spikes. Using harvest as my skill, of course, and my wicked claw.
Okay. In that case, then I'm going to say that that's normally four. I'm gonna actually make it five. I think that the Wicked Claw is the perfect implement, for what you are trying to do with this.
Let's go. That's
Big
what
money,
we
no
call a
whammies.
dot.
Oh!
All right.
That's big money with a twist.
I will ask before this fruit opens up. They may have any suggestions for a twist.
Mm.
The fruit is
I've
still
got an
unknown.
idea.
What do you got?
Well, since this is an unknown and unique thing, I would like to preserve a couple seeds from it. And I think this
Mm.
twist is a great opportunity for me to do just that. So I can try to cultivate this thing.
I think that that's a
Get
wonderful idea.
claim to fame.
All right. And with a precision to be proud of. You are you're able to carve right with the grains of this fruit. It is still a process, but with how careful you are, it's you are able to get that nice cut and just grab on to one of the spikes and slowly pull the outer shell of it just off in nice sections, leaving nothing but the fruit itself, which the second that you start to peel it, you can smell it. It is very fragrant. The the sweet smell of it with slight bitter notes, um, leading to a fruit that should, as far as you can tell, Zateche, just it being anywhere near the dish should elevate it. As
May I taste a small bit of the nectar to get a taste of the flavor profile?
yeah, you can just kind of taste a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what you taste, you do definitely get that sweetness. You're not going to need much of this in order to like get it on like that sweet note
Hmm.
into a dish. Um,
Okay.
but past that, um, there is a there's a familiar like just tanginess of well that comes from uh proper use of Crezerin. Um, again, like it's mostly just noticeable to you, uh, due to your like refined palate with this. Um, but it's not overwhelming by any stretch. Having also that hint of vanilla that is pretty common with Crezerin. Um, this would be, as far as you can tell, a great however you prepare it. You can like try to like lessen the sweetness, try to bring out a little bit more of that bitterness if you want. You could just keep it as is and kind of use it um to sweeten up something that would otherwise be very uh very bitter or like more tart. You could try
I,
to
I think I've got a good idea.
Got a good idea. All right.
All right.
Um,
I would like to. Sorry.
I was going to say to finish out the twist, um, as part of the preparation of it, Tetzet, yes, you are going to get some seeds from the unknown spiked fruit,
The
as it's called.
sweet spiked fruit. Mm.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm gonna call it the untitled spike fruit.
Wonderful.
Well, it is
Nice.
like an obsidian color, right?
Uh,
Or no, did I?
no, it has like a slight like kind of vibrant like red and obsidian coloration to it.
The obsidian spike fruit.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
But so
Um,
for our gracious guests upon the Arachnatui, I would like to spend the time in the kitchen to build a wonderful 3-course meal for the captain on our vessel and his many crew members or crewmates. So I would like to. Well, of course, I'm going to focus on the last dish. That's what I'm going to actually make the main rolls for because everything else is going to be fine. I'm going to put a lot of love and passion into it, but I'd like to use most of the rolls for the
Yeah.
last dish.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Like get the appetizers out there, make sure that they're as good as you can. But like
Yep.
you want the
Get the
main dish.
appetizer.
Yeah.
So the main dish will be a lemon tart with a Krezerin Obsidian Spike Fruit sauce atop it. Something to balance out the tart of a lemon
Okay.
with the tangy sweetness of the Obsidian Krezerin sauce.
Wonderful.
Go sauce.
Sauce.
Right.
Just
In that
sauce.
case then,
And it's not hot.
your edge. Tell me what edge
Uh,
you're using.
I would like to use the Grace. Absolutely Grace.
Okay. And what skill do you want to use and why is it cook?
Uh, mm, yeah, it's absolutely cooked. Just to prepare everything and make sure everything's in the right spot.
Use tens just for fun.
I thought about using tend just so I could tend to the expectations of the captain that's on our ship.
Absolutely.
Understand what he wants in a dish and why he came all this way to taste our cooking.
Wonderful. Any aspects that you want to apply? Any aspects that you want to apply?
Yes, I would like to cook the Krezerin Obsidian Spike Fruit in the cook pot to make the sauce.
Okay. And finally, are you using a specimen for this? I'm assuming the
The
spike
Unknown
fruit.
Spike Fruit.
All
Yep.
right. So going through this, so that's one for Grace, two for Cook, one for your cook pot, and because this is going to be the center point of the dish, it literally cannot get more perfect of a specimen. That is going to be another two. So that should make this 6. Go ahead. You can't get any higher.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Oh,
It'll be
oh.
nothing but ones.
I rolled it and then I clicked it and it went away.
Oh, well, it should be in the chat. Oh,
It's not in the chat.
Nope.
Well, you're gonna have to roll it again.
Oh, okay.
It don't exist.
Okay.
That'll
Woo!
do it.
I was real worried. I saw a 6 the first time and the 6 came back. Woo!
Wonderful. All right. So you go through the whole process. Every part of this meal, um, once it gets finished up, it gets sent out to the table. They are They are very much enjoying the meal, though it's clear even to them that as good as it is, um, this is only the beginning. And when the main dish finally comes out, they they know that this is going to be something special. And they can barely hold themselves back from just digging into it. The captain, for his part, does wait a little more patiently as the crew just starts with each bite, just almost an ecstasy from the flavor. And the captain himself does slowly take a spoonful or forkful of this dish, and you can see that he does take care to really savor the dish. It seems like he knows that this is something that is worth taking in fully. And he observes it, seems to smell it, it having that all of the notes that you wanted before taking a bite, and he just he closes his eyes, savoring the taste.
And as I see him close his eyes, I imagine behind him the many flavors that are dancing across his taste buds and a sea of fireworks behind him.
And with that racing through your mind, his face does not show much. But the fact that his face is showing anything at all is huge. You don't even need to know the man to know that it is taking so much of his strength to not like not react with like just joy at the flavors, to be restrained. But he uh he does take another bite, another bite, clearly loving the meal. And it's not long before it is all gone, and he wipes wipes his mouth and does once again talk to you and knock, um, telling you that the meal has been absolutely exquisite. This is more than they could have ever expected. And they do. He then asks if there was one more thing that you might be willing to do for him tonight.
Anything for an esteemed guest.
You don't do happy endings.
Fuck. He requests that you just make something very simple. He has not gotten to try one of your unique Krezerin meals. He doesn't want anything too crazy,
Do
but
Kresri.
he does
I get
just
it.
want
It's a joke.
one final note to end off the night. He wants to feel the change that that the patrons of your restaurant keep returning for. Can you do this for?
Give me some time, and we will have a dish prepared for you.
Thank you. And returning to the kitchen, you have one last dish to make. He is requesting something with Krezerin. You do have a couple options with that,
Mm-hmm.
though obviously you do not have your own Krezerin on you.
Tetzeza, may I ask your assistance one more time in the kitchen tonight?
Like some Krezerin nectar.
Yes, please.
I will supply Krezerin nectar.
All right.
From the orchid. The very same. This is what we got it for. This is why we were there.
All right. and you start preparing a dish. As requested, you keep the dish itself simple, not one on not so simple that you're not taking care to infuse it with the proper flavors, but this is one that you want the Krezer in itself to speak through the dish. Go ahead, tell me once again, what are you using and how are you doing this?
All right. I will keep it very simple. I'd like to use my grace. I know. Yeah, my grace with cooking to make sure everything is in the exact spot to make this a fantastic dish. I'd like to use the refired pan, and I'd like to use not just the Krezerin, but I would like to crust the drained snapper tongue in a Krezerin breading. Like not breading, but like crust before frying it in the pan.
All right. In that case, that is going to be using a lot of things.
It
So
is.
1, 2, 3 for cook, 4 for the refiring pan, and between the drained snapper tongue and the Krezerin nectar, this is going to be a 6 roll.
All right. Oh,
I told you it was going to be a 6 roll.
yeah,
And
Fuck.
yeah, you did. Damn.
Wonderful. Um. Also, do make sure to mark off the spiked fruit specimen that you used.
Oh, yeah. I remember to take off the tongue, but not the fruit.
Um, as you like start preparing the tongue, the Krezerin nectar, um, seems to when combined with the drained tongue, it seems to just almost revitalize the tongue, uh, soaking into it very thoroughly. Maybe you went a little hard on the Krezerin with it, but it's probably fine. You still go through the preparation of it, cooking that up as best as you can in the refiring pan, and you plate it still steaming hot, making sure to do just a little bit of extra of like a sauce on the side from what you had before, just that extra little note, and you oh, bring it out to the captain. What does everybody suggest for the final twist of this night?
Hmm.
it's a very good question.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ass.
That's a big. Huh. Mm. Hmm. Maybe the Krezerin warps the tongue in an expected way. It changes the tongue to have the flavor and body that it was missing again.
Mm.
Okay, I think that is a wonderful suggestion. In that case, as the as you place the plate in front of the captain, the rest of the crew seeming to still be enjoying themselves. The meals in front of them long gone, but still just the flavors staying with them, leaving smiles on their faces. The captain does once again take a moment to appreciate the meal in front of him. He does actually make a comment on it, um, saying snapper pillar, quite the quite the interesting find. Did you get this from a local shop, or did you acquire this yourself? It seems so fresh.
We recently acquired it from a unwilling specimen,
Hmm.
I suppose they would not give their tongues for free.
but it is all the best to make the best dish for you, Captain.
Truly. He cuts off a little piece, once again smells it, and as it passes into his mouth, he once again closes his eyes to appreciate the flavors before his eyes shoot open. And you've seen this so many times before. This is when the Krezerin hits. And from there, the reaction is always up in the air, but he settles back down and with a heavy breath says, "Now this was worth the journey." And he puts down his utensils, stands up, and motions one of his hands toward you as if to want like offer up a handshake.
Mhm. I put my one of my many limbs in his hand.
He does grab your hand from the other side as well, gripping it tightly, and says, "Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful night."
It wasn't just my work, sir. It was the work of everybody on the Arachnitui that we were able to provide you such a fantastic dinner.
You all have my deepest respects. I will make sure to extend your name, the name of the Arachnitui, as far as I can. I assure you, one day we will return and we will seek you out. But until then, my men and I remember this night, this meal that you have provided for us, well, that your crew has provided to us for the long journey that we have ahead. Thank you.
And any time you wish to return, the Arachnitui is always open to you.
He gives one last quick shake of your hand and releases you, sits back down, and goes back to enjoying the rest of his meal, the last treat that you have provided to. The dinner could not have been more of a success. And after he finishes his meal, he does stand once more and motion to his crew and tells them, "Please give your utmost thanks to the crew of the Arachnatui." And they all start just clapping and cheering for the meal that has been provided. The merriment um, in their voices clear to everybody, and they then calmly push in their chairs, making sure that they are being as kind to the restaurant as they can as they file out with with one last statement from from the captain, simply saying, "We will be more than happy to provide you with much payment for tonight's meal. If you would wait just one moment, I can have my men bring over some of our cargo as trade."
Mhm. Hmm.
And he goes to walk across the platform to his ship.
Cut and run, quick!
After a short moment, some of the crew does return with boxes filled with what appears to be mostly um mostly odds and ends, like clothing, uh accessories, um things that you would that a lot of people uh trade in, just for very general value. And among them um you do find some things of that you believe will have a lot more value to a prospective buyer, um as some of the jewelry that you find among them have uh gems and jewels that, not just being eye-catching, um are widely considered to have a lot of spiritual benefit to them. So whoever wants to add any of that to your cargo, it's at least one stake's worth oh, of uh of cargo, um with, I guess, spiritual gems being a separate thing that somebody can keep on their person if they wish. As suppose that would fall under either salvage or specimen, whichever you prefer, whoever wants them.
Well, I think Sozet spiritual gems fit the best.
Indeed, I am quite interested.
All right. Put them in
Yeah,
either one.
I'm gonna count it as salvage. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
with that, and a final wave from the crew that brought over the cargo, um, the ship is released, and they sail off across the verdant waves, carrying the name of the Arachnatui as far as the ship will allow. In the coming months, your restaurant will have many, many more patrons, people coming far and wide to experience the unique flavors of the Arachnatui. And of course, in the future of the Arachnatui, more patrons simply means more adventure. But that's a story for another time. Thank you for joining for the what was a short 3 session thing of the Wildsea. But I do hope that you all had fun throughout the process with running the restaurant, making your meals, using everything that you have to impress the captain, and of course the small adventure that you had in the room. I hope that it was all worth the anticipation from week to week, and I hope that if we ever do return to the Wild Sea again, perhaps we could try a new crew, or perhaps we could see what the Arachnatui is getting up to at that time.
Any journey on the wild sea is a good journey.
Hell yeah. That was fun.
Very
Yeah.
fun.
I like this system.
Yeah, it's a very simple system, but one that lets you lets you be very creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely appreciate you all um like being willing to chip in where you can. I know that I don't want to put all of the weight on your all's shoulders to come up with twists every time that it comes up, because it comes up a lot. Um, but I do definitely appreciate you all um, at least giving your best try um, at adding your own stuff to story.
It feels more hands on to be able to do something like that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and for me, even if the way that that I talk is I'm like trying to weave a weave something together from whatever is given. I do very much enjoy the process of coming up with things on the fly, improving like scenes and like different things that occur. Um, it keeps me on my toes, and it's it's an area that I think that I do better in a less prepared um situation than I do in one where I have, meticulously tried to put something together. Um, because I can never account for everything, and this game does not require you to account for everything. It just expects you to roll with the punches as both a player and as a GM. And I think that that is wonderful. And I would like to give this another go at some point, maybe with a little bit more um, preparation um, than what I had going into this. But even so, no matter what, I would love to take part in this again.
I agree.
That said, we do have next week is going to be October 1st. The And this is going to be the session
Creature of the mod.
0, potentially session 1, depending on how quickly we get through character creation.
Which speaking of, hey Blazer, you got
Yeah.
Foundry? Probably not, right?
Uh.
You're talking, he
Uh.
doesn't need Foundry. Like it's a
Uh.
link.
What is that?
Don't you have to
Oh.
create an account?
Oh yeah, he might need to create an account. So yeah, so we are going to
probably.
be doing creature of the week, the monster of the week. Fucking
Oh,
Oh,
it's purchase. The only options are purchase and demo.
Nah, you don't need to have the actual thing here.
yeah, no, it's a and
So
don't
I just
worry
have to
about.
register.
Yeah, you just have to register.
Yeah.
That will create an account that you'll be able to access Foundry
Wait,
with.
no, not that. Don't look at
So
that. Don't
we
look
are
at
going
that.
to be,
Ignore that.
and we're going to be doing
Don't look at that.
yeah, monster of the week, and it should be a fun time. Uh, the we are going to be going in on Foundry, since there isn't a fancy little digital character sheet thing as far as I'm aware, like there is for Wildsea.
I
But it
sent you
is
the invite link. Beetle, you should just be able to use the same old link from before.
for Foundry?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all linking to the same stuff.
Yeah,
Alright, let me just
I figured.
register the account real quick.
But it is very much a narrative game, very similar to the Wild Sea, though with specific things that we can do. Um, so it should be a fun time. I look forward to whatever you have whipped up, Gizmo, as this is going to be your game. And if it goes well and I'm feeling up for it, I might even run one myself before the end of October. Otherwise, we may see a second adventure in the same system from Gizmo as well. I know that Gizmo is full of ideas and has been eagerly awaiting uh, the chance to run
I've
this.
really just been crafting the one, but yeah, if I could
I know
get
that you
another
said you
one.
had ideas for a second one. We were just
Oh,
kind of
sure,
waiting
I've
to
got
see how it
ideas.
goes.
So for reference, unlike Rambles here, I'm more of a
Oh.
preparation kind of person.
Oh, okay. I have just signed up of a random fucking website. Oh no. Uh
Oh dear.
I signed up for Foundry, not Forge.
No, that's good. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's basically Foundry is like the website we go through. Forge is the name of like the VTT software
Yeah.
that we're
Oh,
using.
oh, okay.
Don't worry, Foundry is the right place to register.
So I can't sign in from on Forge with Foundry. So I gotta make a new account for Forge?
I think
No,
that
no,
yeah,
no.
I think that you do have it backwards. Forge is like Foundry is the VTT, Forge is the hosting site.
Uh,
We will
'Cause
get this
okay.
worked out. But
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
still
yeah.
here, thank
I
you for
just
being here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
I
I
tried to
might have
sign